Welcome to the Wicked Radio Network.
And here we go.
Recorded to you live from the bottled city of Candor, this is the Wicked Theory Podcast. This is the Wicked Theory Podcast. I'm your host, Bill Sweeney. I thought you were going to give me another...
No, just waiting.
All right.
Waiting for you to come in so I can surprise you with that little ending.
All right. Try to throw me off. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on to you.
Trying to keep the fans awake.
Oh, did they fall asleep already?
I don't know if they're fans yet, but they're listening.
Right.
I want to keep them awake.
Well, if they fell asleep already, screw them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, kids, before we get started this week, you might have heard Don was playing with some quarters on here. We're going to try something a little different this week. We're going to call it the Curse Cup. And you only got 8 lives here, guys. You got 8 quarters in front of you. Every time you curse, you got to throw one into the pile. Let's see who can walk away with the pile at the end by having the most amount of quarters of their own left.
This may not be a fair thing, Dom. I'm thinking that he, as the guy who edits all of these, has observed certain behaviors.
I was wondering where you go with that. Okay, I can see what you're saying. Like I might have recognized a pattern in people.
Yeah, and that's the whole reason why we're having this little game.
I'll tell you what, you're right, and it's mostly me.
I was just going to say, I got to be honest with you.
Mostly because I drop F-bombs like you know.
Like the Allied forces over Germany.
Yeah, like us at war with anybody. You know what I mean? Yeah, but basically that's kind of what it comes down to. So I think we'll give it a shot. But so that means we kind of have to police each other and, the classics, the Fs, the S's.
All right.
the
So
big one.
I'm going to start things off.
I had a feeling somebody would do something like that. A couple of, I'm just going to drop this in now as I tell you how much I hate this thing. It's effing, you know what I mean? A lot of stuff like that. All right, so
I'm the first man in.
I think I went like 4 episodes of this podcast without saying one curse word, so I think I'm all right in this.
I think you'll be all right there.
Yeah, we're getting ready to start calling you Saint Dom. So
Saint Dominus.
Hey, there was already one of those.
So. Probably was. I think,
There absolutely was.
That's true. There's like 7
there's a lot of Italian saints.
Yeah. They got the lockdown, I think, on most of them.
Yeah. The new one's going to be Saint Forget About It.
Saint Tony Maroney. All right, so I want to get one thing, a little official business out of the way. In case people couldn't hear last week's episode, because I had a flub on posting it up, you can always go to wickedtheory.com to catch episodes if the device or, if I screw it up again in the future.
Which is
highly likely impossible. You can always go to wickedtheory.com to find episodes in case your Stitcher or your TuneIn app is having a problem because I screwed something up. So, but eventually I did kind of get it righted, but 3 of the outlets that we sent out to, once they get a file, they kind of just keep using that file. So when I tried to switch to the right file, it didn't matter for them. Every time you go there, they're still looking for that other one. So you get this error message, which is like, what's that about? And it's like, well, because Bill fucked it up. Oh, shit. Oh, it's 2. That's 2. That's 2.
And already, Bill takes the lead.
Whoa, taking the lead. Oof. All right, this Curse Cup thing is going to work out pretty good for somebody. Not for me, though. All right, and I want to give a big shout-out and thanks to Ed for coming to the show last week.
Yes, Ed.
Ed, thanks for coming. Thanks for being here, hanging out with us. And
spaghetti.
And sending some emails. And kids, you can be just as cool and beloved as Ed if you send emails to us.
You're probably not as cool as Ed. Sorry to tell you, but
I'll love them.
That's true.
We'll love these people.
We will.
We'll
take anything.
So the one thing I forgot to do was actually pull up some emails for Ed, which I'm going to do now, and Dom's going to find a way to stall for us.
Am I going to find a way to stall?
I don't know. All right. I found him. It took a little while, but, I figured out how to use the internet. So now that I opened it up, it turns out we have something from a woman named Helen.
Oh, lady listener.
Well, let's not get too crazy. Hello. I am Mrs. Helen Anna Mirren, and I was diagnosed with cancer about 2 years ago. And I am receiving treatment for it, but I have just been informed by my doctors that I have a short time to live. I was in good health. I never really cared for anybody with no child of my own and a late husband. I have decided to give you the sum of $10.8 million so you can disperse to charities, widows, orphans, and the less privileged. I was doing this myself before my health deteriorated. Like my mouth just deteriorated right there. I mandated my relatives to do this for me, but they only saw it as an opportunity to enrich themselves. I am due for surgery soon. I want this act of mine to be an offering to humanity. Perhaps some people may be saved. Please let me know if this is something you can handle, and I will provide further details. What do you think? You think I should do it? You think I should do it?
Yeah, tell her to send the check
to
this address.
Okay.
All right, and then be done with it.
That's it. Not doing any of the helpful stuff, right? I'm sure it'll be that easy, right?
Just send the check.
Okay.
Just tell her to send, because if she asks you to do it any other way, then you know it's a scam. But if she's really willing to give you, someone she doesn't know, $10 million, then just tell her to send the check. She'll be willing to do it.
Yeah, I think she.
If she's that willing that she's just going to pick somebody at random,
right. She wouldn't care, right?
Right.
I mean,
she's not going to ask for an account number,
it's not like
routing numbers, or anything like that.
Bro, with $10.8 million, I'll just start my own charity of me, and just
you are the less fortunate.
Boy, who's less fortunate? I mean, a lot of people, but still,
Yeah, me. I'm not working.
Womp, womp, womp. All right, well, the internet connection is
slow motion.
Yeah, it's screwing me again. Ed, we're going to do your emails next week. I feel like crap that we only got to do a junk mail, but I don't want to stall on this, and I was having a hard time before. So, anyway, kids, if you want your emails to not be read live on air, you can send them to podcast@wickedtheory.com. Let's just jump right to news, kids. Right? Remember news?
Yeah.
Anybody? Anybody remember the news? Did you? Hey, Bob remembered the news. We'll take it. That's good enough. Do you remember the big news from the beginning of the week, Tom? Do you remember?
I do.
You do?
Do you want me to be the one to announce it?
I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
Am I the one to announce this?
Yeah,
great
go
news?
for it.
So, if you haven't heard, otherwise, the show we've been amping up for the entire existence of this podcast, Preacher, has actually been picked up by AMC for 10 episodes. It'll debut in the spring TV season. It'll start in May. And, that's
May's
all we
not
know.
officially announced, but that's what they keep saying.
Well, yeah.
At this point, I think that might be the goal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not necessarily that it's concrete, but that's the goal.
He said May on a tweet, Seth Rogen, and then he took it down and then put up something else. It just said, it's spring. But still.
Originally, the goal was October.
So that goes to show you how it got pushed way up.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that it's
they
probably
want it for summer.
They want it to be the thing that'll come after Walking Dead and be a bridge in between both of the Walking Dead shows. It looks like, but 10 episodes, dude.
That's great.
Not no 6-episode Walking Dead season 1.
That's cool. That's very cool.
And that would be cool. Like, even if they only did 10 every season, I'd be fine with that.
Right.
I think 10's a good number for shows. If you go on all.
Yeah.
Like we spoke about last week.
Right.
I think they just need to do it more often than once a year for 10 episodes.
Yeah, I think so too.
If they did 20, it'd be perfect, and then you just alternate.
Right.
Well, I don't think it's going to be ever
20.
20. It's probably going to be 16 eventually, right? I mean, that's usually what
AMC's mode.
13,
is usually
16.
The shows that they really like, all of a sudden they push it up to 16. And they do like 8 and 8. They do blocks of 8 and 8. So, I mean, if I'll take whatever the fuck they give me, really. Oh man, quarter. That's a quarter. I'm at $1 already.
And no, you're not. You're at 75 cents. That one is Bob's.
That's mine.
That's Bob's courtesy F.
Yeah.
The starter F. I forgot.
But anyways, back to Preacher. I think like the CEO or the president of AMC came out and released a statement. And said an official statement, and said that he was very enthusiastic about it, and he pretty much what he said was that he liked what they had to offer. Right. So I think that's kind of why they gave it the bump up to 10 episodes and not just the original 6 that they
normally do with the season 1 for them.
Exactly. Which is good.
The atmosphere in TV is broader now than it has been in a long time, probably ever.
Yeah, that's true.
So this is a good time for a show like this. They've already got a show that's graphic and violent. They got plenty of them.
Yeah.
So this is just an extension of that. And they're just going to put it on. I think putting it on the summertime is a safe way of minimizing any risk that you might feel in the project.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, to a degree.
Because you're not going to get a lot of backlash in the summertime.
I mean, I don't know where you're pulling that from, really. That you wouldn't get a lot of backlash.
Preacher and God.
No, that where the backlash would come from content-wise, yes. But why would there be less content in the summer? People don't get angry in the summer?
No, but people are busy in the summer, partying, doing.
Okay, that's fair enough. There's a little more distraction going on. I got you.
They're not home at night because they're working all the time. You know what I mean?
No, I could see maybe something.
They're more likely to go out. Especially if they schedule this for a Friday or Saturday night.
Right. I think for me, I think that they're scheduling out their whole year. Like, if they have a hope that this show could fall somewhere close ratings-wise to the other shows, their big hits, then they have this peak and valley all year long of breaking that top, those top numbers.
Yeah, I think that the shows that they have in their lineup, Preacher's a perfect complement.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is you don't have to worry about alienating your fan base on any level. I think on this one.
No, because this is the exactly kind of stuff that they shoot for. They have trouble making shows stick, but this is the same kind of like dark. Right. This is has a little bit more of a comedy or.
There's a lot of humor in it.
It's a lot.
I don't know how much is going to be on the show.
But. Yeah, I didn't want to say comedy. Comedy kind of in tones.
Cassidy's a big part of that.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of.
There's a lot of humor in it.
Yeah, a lot of fucking.
Oh yeah.
It's another one. Down, call me. I was like, there's enough of it.
Star, I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
as a good humor point.
Yeah. So, we'll try not to geek out too hard on that today because that's something we're just going to
definitely.
You could just keep.
You got to come in with
seeing
that
the images in your head from when you read and go, how are they going to do that? How are they going to do that?
Yeah,
we could be here forever.
Exactly.
So
also this week, we got a Flash trailer and
Flash
preview.
Season 2 trailer.
Damn.
That was almost as fast as the Flash.
Almost.
That was
the
point.
Now I want to hear Barry on guitar. Now I want to know if Barry fucking plays.
He definitely shreds.
He definitely shreds. He probably melts the pit. What's Barry's favorite song?
Flight of the Bumblebee.
You got that in your repertoire?
Nah.
Yeah, I feel like you might not. But that,
He also has an affection for surf music.
Oh, okay.
A little.
There you go.
Surfy.
Surfy. I didn't know he was surfy.
A little bit.
I didn't know.
Cowabunga.
Bob knows all these facts about Flash. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
I think he might be making them.
Anyways, that was a Flash trailer.
Right, let's talk about that instead of not. Yes.
What'd you think, Bill?
I thought it was really good. I was really surprised they started it up the way they did with the whole Jay Garrick and him taking the voiceover that Barry usually does.
Right.
That was a cool little thing.
It was really great. Like I was saying earlier, now you don't have to watch the first episode back because Barry survives that whole time-space wormhole.
I guess so. If anybody was worried Barry was going to die, I guess that gives it away.
Yeah, it's a spoiler.
Yeah. So. All right.
But other than that, everything was awesome.
Okay.
The whole where they're going with it.
No, the way that they're setting it up, the way that they're, this wormhole is going to be an issue, obviously, for
the singularity.
Oh, I'm sorry. The singularity.
Yes.
Is going to be the big issue for the first half of the season, at least. Yeah. And everybody that comes falling out of it. Yeah. Conveniently, all villains. Yeah. It seems like. Well, not convenient to Barry and them, but convenient for the audience.
It connects to the evil verse,
Well, I said this to Don the other day, I think too. It's better than all of a sudden just making every single person they bump into in that city a metahuman.
Yeah.
Because everybody got exposed to it. You can kind of downplay that now. And it's like, we just got metahumans falling out from a hole in the sky. Exactly. I mean, it's totally different. Exactly. You know what I mean? But at least it's, putting that other whole idea on the back burner a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I was getting to a point where it's like, is every single person in this city...
Yeah, that was...
Because when you start to think about it, it's like, well, how far is the radius of... superpowers going with that,
Well, I think, to touch on the villain thing, what's the character? I can't think of his name. Atom Smasher, who's they show in the trailer, and he's like.
I think it is Atom Smasher.
Yeah, he's gonna be. Looks like he's gonna be one of the main villains of the first couple episodes, maybe just the first episode.
Yeah, I was
don't really know.
that, yeah.
But from stuff that I've gathered about him, he's kind of like not really an anti-hero, but he starts off as a villain, and then he kind of like aids Adam.
I got
and
you.
like he's kind of becomes a good guy. So
okay. He could end up becoming something a little more than.
Yeah, that's just a little background on that. So.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of that DC insight. I'm glad that you threw that into the pile here, because this tends to be a little bit of a very marvelous show sometimes.
It does.
Yeah, I was thinking about it today too. I was like, I gotta start reading DC books or something, because I'm just not bringing DC to the table on this fucking show. Yeah. Damn it! Is that 2? No, I'm only counting at 1. Damn it, don't count.
No, that's kind of softball.
Yeah, that's a little softball. I think you get past that.
Bill's down to 75 cents.
I am down. I predicted this one, kids. All right. So also happened this week. We got a little teaser for Jessica Jones coming to Netflix from Marvel. And while you really didn't get to see much of her, it very much looks like probably some title sequence stuff.
Absolutely.
But it's a lot of atmosphere.
Reminded me a lot of the Daredevil.
Yeah, that's the feeling I got. At the very least, it was like, okay, something. We're going to run with a theme probably on these shows to a degree of liquid splashing around or something. Like, the Daredevil one has all this rolling blood or whatever. Or the red ooze.
Yeah, and the one on Jessica Jones' teaser was like just a glass of alcohol, like in a shot glass. Whatever it was, or like a rocks glass maybe. And like you see it like tip over, and then all the alcohol start to,
What a waste.
Yeah.
Don't spill it. Get a rag. Soak that up.
That's the wipe?
Yeah, that's like
a star wipe.
Yeah. Transition.
But Bill, I know you have been jonesing on some Jessica Jones.
I have been. So
he was all over Facebook.
Well, so last week Marvel smartly re-released because it was out of print for a while, the trade paperback for the Alias run, because that was actually the title of the book of Jessica Jones, which is Brian Michael Bendis' run writing that, which is actually the story they're going to base it all on. And
the show.
It looks like, to me, at the very least, they may not hit every point in that book, because some of it's like, okay, I don't know how they would do that because of characters it involves and stuff like that. I was shushing you. So,
Stammer.
And I didn't decide, like, if I've run out of these last 3 quarters, does that mean I have to be quiet? Like I can't talk anymore?
No.
You can start borrowing from those of us.
I'm going to have to go get my coin jug out of the room. All right. Well,
so could you just give us, because I personally don't know much about Jessica Jones at all. So
let's put it like this. Jessica Jones used to be a hero, a second string kind of hero called Jewel. And didn't really work out for her. Wasn't her bag of tea, like, in a way. Not because of any big event, it turns out. Like, reading the book, she kind of hints at it a little bit.
There wasn't like a traumatic thing.
No traumatic thing, as far as I can tell. They're not beating around the bush with that. That seems pretty straightforward. It was just like, man, it just wasn't my gig. Like, just felt uncomfortable. It was an awkward thing. It was kind of like realizing,
Some people feel that way about teabagging.
Well, that too. They're not really big on it, but they'll do it for a friend. But I feel like it was kind of like when you go to start a new job or something, and like a couple months in, you're like, you know what, this is not working out.
Yeah.
This is just not for me.
Right.
So that was kind of the rub with that for her. But now since then, she's become kind of a private eye who ends up, it's the Marvel Universe.
Still has
so every
superpowers, though, right?
She still has strength, at least. Okay. But she's also the kind of person who, like, she's got powers, but she's never really tested them because she... And it's a funny scene in the book. She's like, I don't know. I might be able to survive a gunshot wound to the stomach right now, but I never did it, so I'm not going to try and find out. Like, it's one of these kind of moments. So she's really kind of rational like that. But she's a drinker. Her life is kind of in the shambles. She doesn't have it all together. She's very flawed and like that, which is very cool. The book is very much a classic.
Anti-Tony Stark, in a way.
Well, to a degree, sure, but it's very noir.
Poor woman. Not rich man.
Well, I mean,
alcoholism.
Right.
That's the only. Those are the only parallels, though.
So you got basically one anti-point on that.
Poor versus rich. Male
That's
versus female.
Male versus female doesn't count.
You won't see any Tony Stark. Well, you might see a reference to Tony Stark in the show, but you won't see him.
No, well, that's the thing too. Well, that comes down to one of the things I wonder about it, because now reading it, not to spoil it too much, but there are some. Mentions and characters who show up that it's like, it wasn't X-Men stuff. So as far as it being like a rights thing, I'm not even talking about that. It's just like, will they really have that that character show up and like have a conversation and pop in and pop out.
I don't think so. But I mean, I personally don't know the characters that you're referring to, but I don't think they're gonna.
But
have
it's
any
Avengers
big
level
characters.
stuff. That's what I'm talking about.
But they did.
So it's like because they have to get the actor to come in,
Right. Well,
so that's to me, it's like, well,
there was a little Easter egg in the teaser. I don't know if any of you noticed.
I do not recall.
There's like a little hint at the Avengers Tower in the background of of the teaser, so you might see that pop up. Maybe a couple of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, maybe.
Well, that's what I kind of figured. I figured at the very least we'll probably maybe get somebody from the Daredevil show, obviously.
Right.
But maybe somebody out of the S.H.I.E.L.D. somehow before it all wraps up, because also, too, it's like where that first storyline in the book, because it actually the first storyline ends, and I think there's like 2 more issues worth of stuff that seems like, okay, it's probably like a short 2-part kind of storyline that finishes out the trade paperback. But, it's like I was saying before, it's a matter of who they're going to pull in, are they going to follow that storyline exactly? How much are they going to set up for this whole shared universe?
And that's a Marvel Max.
Yeah.
Book,
so
right?
it's all F. The first word in the book is fuck. I'm allowed to say that with no quarter because I'm talking about a book.
Okay.
Okay. Woo! Saved my life.
Loopholes.
I got 3 lives left here, folks. Are you keeping track at home?
So, what you got? What else you got?
What else do I got? I got a haircut the other day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, a couple. We had a couple cut.
I wish I could say it looked good, but
No, well, not right now. Looks like I just woke up, probably, right?
Yeah.
A little bit. Looks like I brushed it with a penis, right?
No comment.
Okay.
Is that a quarter?
No, because I said penis, not the C-bomb.
Okay.
All right? That's penile. We can use that. It's a family-friendly show. You can say penis.
Penis,
just don't
phallus.
describe what you're doing with the penis. Then it becomes...
Right.
So that's really all I got for news, but I figure that kind of has just segued us into Comics Cavalcade number 2. Let's talk some comics, Dominic.
Comics, Dominic.
Comics, Dominic.
I screwed that up.
It's all right. Close enough, man. It's close enough.
What was that?
That's not easy.
So that's,
What was that thing? It's supposed to be circus music.
Yeah.
Should be.
We'll take it, Bob. We'll take it. It's close enough.
Anyway,
We'll wrap it up with some surf guitar.
I got fat fingers, and those are chromatic scales.
There you go.
Down on the fretboard. It's not easy for me.
No. And also, it was another one of these ones where I hit you with it last night or the day before.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, want to learn something complicated? Just in time for the show?
Yeah.
So,
Comics?
comics, man. Remember comics? Can I call you Cominic?
No, you can't. Sorry.
No. Okay. If you want to start a new Twitter account, you should do that.
How about Cominic?
How about it?
Dominic? Cominic.
Sure. We'll go with that.
That's good, Bob.
That's good.
That's very good.
I was wondering where you came up with that one. All right. So I had a bunch of books this week. All right. I just snorted. Oh, God, I hate
As long as you didn't fucking snort.
Oh,
There's the second one for me.
see, on purpose. Bob was feeling bad for me, so
I'm not getting rid of any of mine.
No, you're gonna save those. Don was like, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm gonna win that pile, buddy. So maybe you have better self control.
I think I do.
So this week, I didn't get through all my
Saint
comics.
Cominic.
Saint Cominic strikes again. Bucatoli. St. Cominic Bucatoli. Hey, the patron saint of comic books.
That's what they call me.
Forget about it.
I mean, if we can make you the patron saint of comic books, but you'd have to change your name.
The
comic
patron saint
Bucatoli.
of sequential art.
Do I get a cape?
Sure. I mean, you're a pope. Not a pope, but you're
a patron saint.
You're a patron saint. I think that's what that means. You get a patron cape. You know what I mean?
Oh.
You get a little something. You probably have to go to Italy to get the.
I would definitely have to go to Rome.
Yeah.
Hook it
You
up
have to hook it up. But you got the bloodline, so I think
do
you're
got
good.
the bloodline.
I think that's all that really counts for them.
I want to go there so bad.
You're gonna hit you with one of these minky.
I don't actually do that.
I know.
That's just people from Brooklyn.
That's just
sorry.
people from Brooklyn. No, that's the truth, though. Don't listen to people in Brooklyn tell you what happens in Italy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All right, so anyway, this week I had a big stack, but I did not get through them. Bob actually read them. Why'd you buy them if you're not going to read them?
Bill,
I bought them for Bob.
Bill texted me earlier in the week and was like, hey, we're going to do a comics episode this week. You know.
Yeah, and then he proceeded to that.
You're cool with that? So I'm like, oh, shit. Like, I had like a...
first quarter.
So I was like, oh, poop. I had a huge week this week at the comic shop. I picked up a ton of books. Probably like $15, actually.
But you ripped all through them.
And as soon as he said that, I knew I was going to have a busy weekend. So I was like, oh my God, I really got to get
But your commitment to this show.
So, because I was expecting you to be prepared and, you know, have your stuff together.
This is why you are now called Saint Commenting.
Exactly.
If you only knew how many people I let down this weekend, all right? So let's leave it at that, all right? But you're not the only one. But I did read a couple of the more important ones.
What'd you get to?
So I got to letter 44. Which we all read, and without spoiling, I can't even talk. So without spoiling it, let's discuss it a little bit, because I feel like it's
so we can't ask, what's the deal with the asteroid?
What's the deal with everybody on that
I think
ship?
this episode has to, we'll throw a big spoiler tag on it, because I don't think we're going to be able to go forward with any of these books without spoiling
Spoiling it to some degree, I mean...
So, sorry, people.
Yeah, this is...
All right, so, look, letter 44 was really good. If you want to jump ahead, skip ahead, we're done talking about it, try and find the next little thing, that's fine. But, highly recommend it this week.
Yeah.
If you haven't read the latest issue of letter 44 and you don't want to be spoiled, stop listening now. Go read it.
Exactly what they're
come back.
That too, if you feel it was different.
Exactly.
But anyway, so yeah, I feel like
crazy.
Yeah. Finally it hits issue 20, and it's like 3 of the 4 story points all take big turns.
Yeah.
And 2 or 3 of them not even seen coming. I didn't think that they were going to do it like that.
Yeah. Now the dude in the asteroid is the guy who went out first, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. It's been a while since I read the first one, first couple. So
yeah. Did you flip back through the old issue or your old trade?
No. I remember. Did you read the second trade?
No, there's no second. I didn't.
No, but you read the issues.
I read all the issues.
I dug out all the issues.
Gotcha. Because I know I have the actual trade itself. I didn't know if you.
I just kind of figured that's who that was. Because didn't they lose 2 guys in the beginning, or was it just the one guy?
No, just him.
The one he went out solo.
He
was out there or something. I forget.
Yeah, well, when they first find the planet, or not the planet, the ship, the chandelier,
they call it.
Yeah, him and another guy get stuck out there, and the aliens, whatever that you want to call them, are kind of attacking them, and he kind of takes a hit,
right?
So the other guy can get away and go back. Yes. But then it turns out the reason why he let the other guy go back and save himself was because they assumed that he was Astra's father. But meanwhile, he is.
Right, the guy who now has come back was the father.
That's gonna be pretty interesting to see, because obviously she's got some funky business going on.
There's so many layers.
And I'm excited to see how that relationship is going to work, because obviously you could tell that he had some bionics going on there with him. That he he had a bionic arm or a leg or something like that.
Yeah, there was a gleam in his eye.
Yeah,
his eye was
you could tell that he kind of got revived probably by
they did some work on him.
Something else. So I don't know if he's going to end up being bad. Maybe
or confused in some way.
Yeah. Sure. So, corrupted. Yeah. So there was that aspect of it. Mm-hmm. Again, I feel bad saying it, but the ex-president comes out of nowhere. And it's just
taking... Wow. I mean, that was huge. It was subtle. You never saw it coming.
He just takes that whole plan that the current president's trying to put through and just undermines the whole thing.
Yeah.
And nukes Russia.
And he's got this whole Jim Jones complex.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Jim Jones is, look it up, please. You'll know exactly.
Kids loved him. He was a real great party thrower.
Yeah.
He
made great Kool-Aid.
Just one.
Just
flavor.
happened to be toxic.
Just one bowl of it, though. I mean, it was just one flavor.
Yeah,
there was no options.
Yeah. It was fruit punch.
I gotta be honest, man. I didn't expect that guy. I don't know what his name is. The ex-president.
Okay.
I really did not expect him to play as much of a role in the book as because when you read the first trade, obviously if you read it, you understand what I'm saying. But if you do go forward reading the first trade, he's in there, and even towards the end, he's in there, but he kind of gets like defeated at the end of that first trade.
Yeah, it's like, okay, but I guess we're done with him for a while.
Exactly.
And then he pops back up, and he's a big threat the whole time.
Exactly.
Yeah, he obviously has a whole other like plan B.
Yeah.
Which all gets basically revealed by the end of this issue.
Right.
Yeah.
The other thing that happens in it, too, is that I can't remember his name. This is a horrible thing. But the character who had contact with the aliens, who was now half...
I think it was Rodriguez. Is that his name?
No.
Domingue?
No, something like...
It is Spanish.
Something in Spanish, yeah, but you're right, yeah. But
so,
can't think of it either, really, to be honest.
he makes the big sacrifice, you know what I mean? Which I didn't think... I thought we were going to have him around for a while.
He didn't get the shout off, though.
No.
Thank God.
Yeah, and then in the end, it all kind of worked out.
Yeah.
You know, but his whole sacrifice was kind of for nothing.
Or maybe
that was a moment of silence.
The others actually stopped him from firing by...
Oh, yeah.
You don't know.
That's true. That's true. They might have sent some feedback.
Yeah,
he tried to hook himself up to the machine, and
he was all hooked in. He was taking over and everything. So maybe they sent something back. And all of a
sudden, he goes like,
because he
completely.
Like, because you don't know if like when he explodes, if it's from like the amount of power that's being pushed through his body, or if it's from like
fair enough. Yeah,
his inability to handle the situation or an attack. So
all right. Well,
but, it's a major reveals going on in that episode, in that issue. I keep calling them episodes.
Mm-hmm. It's fine. It feels like a show sometimes when it does. Because that felt like...
Well, that's a big drama that's going on there. You didn't really see that building in the beginning, and now it's like, wow.
Yeah, because that feels like a season finale kind of a feel to it. Where it's like, a whole bunch of storylines just wrapped up. And maybe it might actually time out to be the end of a trade paperback.
Right. It's almost like Flash or 90210 or something with the drama that's going on.
Some of it. I'm glad some of that actually got pushed back a little bit, but some of that other relationship issue.
You don't want to bring all that crap in the beginning when you're trying to figure out what's going on. You know, you can reveal it slowly like that. I think it's good.
That was an interesting. I got to be honest with you though, like that was pretty interesting for me to read the whole like relationship aspect of that book though, because it was like
wife
there was like 2 or 3 girls on the ship and the rest were guys.
Oh, you know what? I kind of wasn't even realizing that. I wasn't referencing that in my head. But you're right, though.
Because
the stuff on the ship is cool. Like,
they get they're on the ship for so long, and like they all have a relationship with each other, and like they're all cool with it.
Right,
you know
like, that made sense. Actually, what I'm referring to was the current president's wife.
Oh, okay.
And this whole thing that went on with her for a little bit, with this other Secretary of State or some other official cabinet member, where it was like some kind of whatever, and then it turned to a blackmail thing, and then all that stuff. Right. And I'm kind of glad that's kind of pushed
and they just basically threw him under the bus.
Yeah, and just wrapped up that storyline like lickety split. But like I said,
what else you got, Pop?
So Letter 44, kids, go read that.
Yes, definitely. If you're not reading it, go back, pick up the first trade, second trade, get caught up. It's a good.
Third trade is probably going to hit the shelves pretty soon.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, we're up to about issue 20, so they're about 6 issues each. Right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we're
it should be hitting the next few weeks.
Bob's not reading it, I don't think, but Outcast. Did you read Outcast, though?
No, I actually...
the first one. Is that the one with Canada?
No. Outcast is...
that's We Stand on God.
You're thinking We Stand on God.
But Outcast, I picked up the first trade, and that's a book that I'm going to...
Just do trades?
Do trades of, and I'm waiting for the second trade to come out. It's coming out next month.
I was going to say, because it's got to be coming soon, because this issue is issue 12, and it not that it wraps, but Kyle kind of, makes a decision, kind of a thing. It feels like a story point change, so I won't get into it too much for your sake and the listeners, but issue 12 was really good. And
that's Kirkman, by the way, so if you're a fan of The Walking Dead, and you like Robert Kirkman's stuff.
And that's a show that's coming to...
Yeah. Cinemax or Showtime, not sure which one.
Right, but one of those two, definitely. And coming kind of soon, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm not really sure when that is, but I think it's it's 2016. But I think it's, within this year.
Okay. So. I like that. Did you read the Star Wars that came out this week, Shattered Empire?
I did.
Bob, did you read that?
I haven't had a chance to read that.
Thought it was pretty cool. I mean, It really wasn't what I expected, because I don't know if you saw, but on Twitter and a few other outlets, people were kind of bugging out about how there was this big spoiler for The Force Awakens in it, and I actually didn't get a chance to read any of those articles, but
I don't think that's a spoiler.
I didn't really. I didn't find one for myself. So.
Oh, I did. I mean, I know what they're referencing, but I don't.
What was it? I mean, because I.
So let me put it in context like this, just for listeners to follow along. So. Star Wars Shattered Empire takes place at the very end of Return of the Jedi.
Right. The Battle of Endor.
And So all this battle stuff is kind of like going on. I mean, very tail end. Like they are on the planet celebrating while the rest of the crew and the staff are running around in their X-wings and stuff like that.
As the base on Endor, or the moon of Endor is destroyed. That's where it's that's where it comes in.
Close enough. So, point being, though, that so we end up following a little bit of what goes on with that, but mostly we're following these fighter pilots. Okay? So, one of the characters ends up being named Dameron, which is a name of one of the characters from the movie. That's the character that is a fighter pilot.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That's why.
Yeah. So
that's
now,
why I didn't find it.
My whole thing is that, like, I don't think it's him. I think it's his dad. You know, I think... Well, I'm presuming I haven't seen the article that you mentioned, but I'm presuming that people are like, oh, like he's in that, like, you know what I mean? Because this book is 30 years ago, Star Wars lineage time. The Return of the Force, or the Force wakes up from a nap, is coming. You know, is 30 years after that. So this guy is drawn like, you know, looking basically the same as the guy in the show, in the movie to come. Right. So to me, it's like it's got to be his father. He's just named after his father. He's Dameron Poe Jr. or whatever. They just don't use juniors or some shit like in Star Wars. That's another one. I'm down to 50 cents.
Yeah, but that was a cool issue. Started with the number one, even if you're not reading the main Star Wars book or any of those other Star Wars
which are all really great, by the way.
You should definitely check that out.
Yeah.
What else you got?
What else you got? You got anything?
I got a bunch of stuff, so I was gonna...
I can't bring everything, Dominic.
Well, I got a bunch of stuff, so I was just...
Oh, okay. You let me rip through mine, then you rip through yours. I like
we
that.
read a lot of the same books, so I figured, you know, I was gonna... I'm crossing
I did want to point out that if... Keep the Star Wars going, Bob. That there's a Chewbacca book coming. I just want to throw that out there. You know, Marvel's doing a lot of Star Wars books. So there's a Chewie book coming, and thankfully there'll be other people in it besides him, so that you won't just be reading all the time. Like, you know what I mean? And I just, you know, everybody spells that different, so.
It's true. You know. That's very true.
So keep an eye out for that if you're really into the
Chewie.
The Star Wars. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, no, it's phlegm.
I would hope. I would hope that's what that was. And then I didn't read it, but I was excited for it, and Bob read it. Headlopper.
Yes.
So this is
this is fun. It's
okay.
That's basically what it is. It's you don't take it too seriously. It's drawn kind of like the Batman cartoons.
Right. It's got a very cartoony look.
Thicker lines, very squared off shoulders, big broad things, tiny waists.
And give us a rundown a little bit without spoiling. Maybe what the story is about. You look like a Viking type.
Yeah, he's
on the
basically a traveling barbarian. You know, he's walking around and
going on adventures.
He's got this witch's head in a bag.
Okay.
Her head is still alive and taunts him the whole time. And makes jokes and stuff like that. So that's a nice little thing because he's quiet a lot of the time when he's walking around.
Right. So the head just keeps on chattering away, driving him crazy.
He's got superhuman ability to, like, you know, lop people's heads off. I mean, you know, giant wildebeest, everything. You see it as it goes on.
Right. All right, cool. You know, yeah, because I picked it up. It was a little thick than normal for a comic. It's probably got like 3 issues worth.
Yeah, this one's it's going to be quarterly. The guy in the book says he wants to do bigger books.
Right.
You know, he doesn't like doing the short thing. He figures you can tell a better story.
That's the truth.
Do better art in a bigger book.
Yeah, and you can play with the format and stuff like that, which is something kind of me and Dom talk about too. It's like, you know, reading trades, and you too, Bob. Reading trades versus the monthlies. Sometimes the monthlies just feel like a tease. Like, you know, you barely get a story going by the time it's over. Like, you know what I mean?
You have to have that 20 page or so cliffhanger.
Yeah.
You know? Every 20 pages you got to have that. But when you put it in trade, you don't necessarily have to have that.
Well, it's there, but I think it's just half the time it's there, but you don't feel it.
Right.
Because you're just rolling to the next page.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You're not like, oh, God, I got to wait a month.
Right. You know? Right. When it's really good and you start feeling like that. So that's really all I got on my list. I have a stack more books, but I just didn't get
I'm sure some of those books will be on my list also.
Gosh, I hope so.
So I got Letter 44, which you already mentioned. I got Planet Hulk number 5.
How was that, buddy?
Which, I don't know if that was the final issue. I don't know if that's going to go to 6 issues or not.
Okay.
But it was really, really good. I liked it a lot, man.
If it didn't probably say end on the bottom of the last page.
Yeah.
Because that's how a lot of them are, because they're wrapping up at weird issue counts.
Yeah, but it was really awesome. I think you're going to love the twist at the end.
Okay,
I don't know
cool.
if Bob, have you been reading that?
No.
I caught up with Civil War. I read the trade paperback for Civil War. That was about as far
the
as I
original
got.
run. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
none of the
All
Secret War stuff he's dipping
Yeah.
into.
Cool. All right, I got Star Wars Shattered Empire, we already talked about. I got the newer Civil War, number 4.
Right, Star Wars, the Secret Wars tie-in
Yes,
stuff.
the Charles Soule,
Yeah,
however you want to pronounce it.
I like to say Soleil.
Yes.
Even if it's not, I like to say Soleil.
That was also pretty good. Another huge twist was in that.
Okay, good.
So if you're not reading that, also I highly suggest it because the original Civil War run is one of my favorite books ever.
Sure.
I got A-Force, number 4 on there. It's a
Okay.
little bit of a silly...
It's getting a little goofy.
yeah, it's getting a little goofy. I mean, it's cool. I like it. I'm a She-Hulk fan, so I...
Okay, that's where you're getting your dose of She-Hulk these
Exactly. Starve, number 4. I know you've been reading that. I don't know if you picked that up this week.
days.
Starve.
Oh, Starve.
Yes.
Yeah, actually what happened with me is like, when I got home... No, when...
You were hungry?
I was starving.
I was so hungry, I ate the book. No, actually, when I was leaving the store, I saw the stack on a book on somebody else's stack or something. Oh, no, you brought your books to work. That's what it was. And I saw it in there. I was like, oh, dang, I missed this. I forgot to grab it. So I'm hoping that next week they'll have maybe a copy laying around.
All right, cool. If not, I'll...
You'll lend.
Yeah.
You'll lend.
that was kind of a little bit of a boring issue,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you might not even want to
No.
pick it up. You could just borrow mine, really, if you want
Okay.
to keep
Well, so
reading it.
yeah, I'll give that. That's a good point. I'll give that a read and see where it's going.
Filler issue?
Yeah, exactly. I got Savior, number 6, from Todd McFarlane.
How's that feeling lately? Because I dropped that already.
I really don't know, man. I'm waiting for this book to, like,
Do
really
something.
do something crazy.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with it for another issue or two, but if it doesn't wow me, I'm thinking about dropping
What
it.
issue is
because-
that? That was
Is it
6?
Number
frustrating you,
6.
Dom? Is it making you want to curse?
No, it's not. But that's another book, man, that plays with religion and all that type of stuff. And it's, I don't know if it really does play with religion because
It's barely even touching it sometimes.
yeah, because it's like the overtone of the book is that this savior, that's this
Right.
guy, he saves a bunch of people in a plane crash. You're kind of being led by the writer to think that he's like the Messiah or something like that, that he's Jesus or a godly entity. But I think it might actually turn out that he's just like he has superpowers. Or something like that.
Right. I got a feeling that's probably what's going to happen.
Because
Because they'll dodge it.
he likes to tease you a
It
little
better, because otherwise it just sounds like that really bad John Travolta movie, Michael.
Nothing will be as bad as that.
And
Don't give me an angel
Todd
who can't
McFarlane
fly.
is so anti-religion also that I'm really surprised that he's even like...
Well, it's the thing with a lot of people who are anti-religion. They love to play in the sandbox, though. It's like, Kirkman's not really a big religious guy, but he's got to show up. He's going to have a show and a book about exorcisms and demons and Spawn from Fallen, straight out of hell.
Well, that's probably a good thing, because I don't think someone who's very religious would write a book about stuff like that.
And if they did, I don't think it would be as captivating and entertaining.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't
tons
be...
of Bible quotes in there.
Yes. As a matter of fact... like,
Every
if you-
issue of Savior actually starts with a Bible
Proof to
quote.
that is like The Covenant, which is a book Rob Liefeld's involved in. He puts out, which is actually like turning some Bible stuff into comics, and it's like meh, boring. But
I read the
same
first
note,
2 issues of that. It was kind of whack.
a book coming up called The God Damned by our buddy Jason Allen. It's the name of the book. It's the name of the book. I got around the F-bomb before because it was
Yeah, I know.
all
I'm
right.
just
So
playing with
no, good catch, though. Good attempt. But I know that's going to deal with, I think, Cain and Abel or something to that effect. But it's going to be highly religious too. But it already looks like he's like, he knows he has to make it a story,
Right.
like But back to your list, buddy.
I got Injection, number 5. That's Warren Ellis.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
And
are you still
Duncan
picking that
Shanley.
up?
I was still picking it up. I have it in my stack. I didn't get to it. Usually that's one of my first reads.
Yeah,
too.
this is a book that are you reading about?
Which was this?
Injection?
No.
It's by Warren Ellis. This is a book that I really wish you had read.
Yeah,
Because I don't know what the hell is going on.
Last issue, I finally felt like I was getting some of it.
Yeah.
And then and now you're going to tell me this, and I know that I'm probably going to not get any of it.
Yeah.
So I think it's one of these books where it's like I'm going to have to get them all together and then reread them, because it's... Here's the thing: what happens with some of these books on a monthly basis too is that, like, okay, you're going to drop some innuendos and some hints. Now I got to keep that fresh in my head 30 days later, and it's like you were so vague that I can't recall the stuff that now...
Yeah, that's
maybe this is a payoff to something. It's like I'm not sure.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's like...
This issue...
Well, he always he's always a little.
He's always out there.
It's. You should. I mean, it's worth checking out the first 4 issues of it, Bob. But it's like you said, it's a whacked book. Like it's a wacko book.
It's one of these things that, although too, is like I feel like this is a cool book, but I want to know and I want to get it
too. It's like I'm waiting for them to do something crazy. But this issue, as confusing as it was, like as they always are, did kind of tell you a little bit of like what's going on. So maybe for you, like if you read it, you might be able to shed some light on it for me.
Okay.
So that's that. And then speaking of light, I got Faster Than Light, #1.
Yeah, that was in my stack, and Bob read that. And the first thing he says, like, hey, he wants to, he's hoping I'm going to pick up the next one. That it was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good too. I mean, I'm definitely going to pick up the next one. It was another book that
issue, but it was well done. Yeah, it didn't feel like a story I'd heard before.
Well, that's cool because that was the thing that kind of turned me off to maybe even picking it up. I was like. Okay,
well, that's something that's going on. There's a lot of Space Odyssey books out
there. That's
what
I was getting.
I feel like everything I'm reading is has to do with space.
I think there's enough of this is just from the first book,
right?
Now,
but seems like a different.
It looks like he's trying to take at least some different avenues when story is not in space to try and tell the story.
Okay,
I say that because like at one point one of the main protagonists, the scientist. He's actually telling his perspective on like the beginning of the story.
Yeah, so it's like
as on a talk show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So,
right.
You're getting
actually, I might have seen that
first. More of a different perspective. You're getting a different view of the story being told. You know what I mean? It's not like you're seeing all the same.
Yeah, well, I think
circumstances to tell stories.
I got you. The setup is a little different.
Yeah,
it's not like here's a bunch of guys in the lab and we're getting it all very exposition heavy kind of thing. It's a little bit more natural
if there's
sounding.
A lab, it doesn't look like the perfect little lab. You know what I mean?
I got you. Okay.
So
not to spoil anything, like it kind of has a lot of the same elements of Letter 44. As to where, like, you're going to follow... obviously it's just the first issue, so this is me just, like, spitballing.
Well, I know that they're basically on a mission.
Yeah, so you're going to follow... What I think is going to happen is, throughout the whole run, you're going to follow the people in space. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to also follow the scientist who made everything that's going on in space possible. That's spoiling.
Right.
So
I think a big issue is going to be the fact that he's not as a sciencey guy. That he's not really the genius that everyone thinks he is.
I know that that's the hook. Well, I know that that's the hook because it's on the back cover, and I read the back cover.
He's going to be running around like when they get in trouble, and everyone's like going to be turning to him.
It's just like what happened in December.
He's going to have to go looking for the technology for the answers because he's got access to stuff no one else does.
I got you.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that. He's oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? And he's gonna figure out, or he's gonna fuck it up, and we're gonna find out. Here's my quarter. Along with him. So I think that's going to be
that's the kind of the
that's
adventure.
got a potential to be a good storytelling element,
right? Because you're waiting for the shoe to drop for him, or how he's going to paint himself in a corner, or versely get out of painting himself in a corner.
Right. So
all right, I like
much
it.
like in Descender.
Right, Descender's got a similar angle like that.
So the scientist doesn't have all the answers. He's got to.
No, I got you. All right. So, what else you got on the list there, buddy?
Got a couple more.
So long.
Yeah, I got Bitch Planet #5.
Bitch Planet.
Do I have to throw in a quarter for that one?
No, it's in the title, or it's quoted text, so we're going to let that slide.
And a bitch is a female dog. It does have a definition. It's like saying ass. If you say ass, an ass is a donkey.
It's true.
It's true. We got to say it with that face.
So this book kind of went on a hiatus for a little while.
Yeah, it took a little break.
This book was launched almost a year ago, and we're only at issue 5.
Right.
But... nothing crazy went on, really. I mean, I don't know did you pick this issue
I picked it up, didn't get to it.
Yeah, it's, I might get the next issue when it comes out, but it's one of those books that because it was gone for so long that I really don't care about it anymore. You lost your attachment to it a little bit, so it's not feeling as fresh. Yeah, that was all right. Nothing crazy. Suicide is #6.
And how's that going for you? Because we were both kind of at a point where this book,
this issue right here was like the one for me that was going to tell, it was going to be the deciding factor, am I going to stick with it or not? And it's kind of like I'm kind of in between with it because it's like it didn't give me enough to be like, oh, I love this book and it's actually good and it's going forward, but it did give me enough to where it's like, oh, now I'm curious about it's another book too that had me very confused.
Yeah, like where is this going? Like I got what was going on, but it was where are we going with it?
Just not to spoil it, but I think because I was always confused about the characters. I don't know if you were too.
A little bit.
But there was always like the
question.
The main guy that's always like on the covers.
Okay, the guy who's like the immigrant coming to the country.
So, and then you have the other guy who's been worked on too, and he's like a fighter or whatever they call him. Right. And I think that just to give you like an insight, like, and not be confused about the issue, like that is like the same person, and like they're like. Those are like flashbacks or whatever. That like they're showing you that guy just at different times of the book.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You sure about that?
I think so.
Wow. That might be quite a little spin.
Yeah.
I didn't see.
And I think that's what I took out of that issue. I mean, I hope that didn't spoil it for you.
But that would give me
just to keep
hope.
that in your mind. Maybe.
Yeah, that would give me some new hope. But now I have something to look for, to try and spot out when I'm reading it. But I had something else for that, but I can't recall it now. But well, Suicide was a book that I wanted to be good.
Yeah.
I wanted to be good.
Well, Vertigo pushed it so hard, man. It was like...
because his art is so amazing.
Yeah.
Because his art is so, like, beautiful looking, painted stuff. Yeah. Oh, that's where I was going to go. Was that... I mean, I feel like the book is really... Until you said that, anyway, was really gearing up where, like, these two fighters were going to eventually clash in a pit.
Yeah, well, that's possible, too. Like, that was... I'm just speculating now. Like, I don't know. Okay. That was just a guess. Like, I don't think that... Because like it was it's so confusing, the book, that like that's what I took out of it.
I got you.
Like,
I got you. It might just very well be flashbacks of this other main character.
Yeah, I just don't really know.
But what else, bud?
And finally, last book, I got the Batman number 44, the one shot by Jock and Snyder, and it was really good. It was something that I've been dying for them to do for during this Batman run, because like we've said on the show that we love this Batman run. That's one of the best ever, and I feel like they kind of have been getting away from like the whole thing of how great of a detective Batman really is.
Right.
And this issue just like is pretty much just like a one-shot case of him being a detective and just trying to figure something out.
Right, trying to solve this murder of a young,
but also there's you read it right.
Yeah.
But also then towards the end is the
tiny little bit of tie-in to the overall storyline.
Yeah, that they're going.
Bloom.
Yeah, that they're getting to right now. So.
I felt like even though it was a sidestep and a little bit of a flashback too. To an earlier time, even though it kind of breaks in the middle of the storyline, it ties in enough.
It takes place like within the first year of him actually being Batman. Right. So it's like when Bruce becomes Batman.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So I have there was the guy Scott Snyder who's writing the book right now. They did a run right in the middle, actually, probably of like when it first started.
That flash
0 year.
That flashes back,
and that flashes back to like when he first becomes Batman. So I have the trade for that. I can actually lend it to you.
A lot of the Batman stuff I know is really good. Really good.
Yeah, I try to stay away from the superhero stuff these days.
Yeah,
this is the least superhero.
I'm not really into superhero stuff. Billy knows.
Yeah, no, I hear you. But I feel like some of it's still going to be good for what it is.
I mean, I love the format now, but I just like more science fiction stuff.
That's true too. You do seem to lean more towards science fiction stuff. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, my
I would categorize
is just to say, like, it's really good Batman stuff. I mean, like, where it doesn't really feel like a kid's book in any way, and someone's actually writing it pretty smartly.
I gotta be honest with you. If
artwork is fucking great.
Yeah.
Down to 1 quarter, kids. This show is gonna wrap up real soon.
If I didn't know anything,
you would think I had this planned.
In about like the next couple of sentences, you're gonna wrap it up, because if not, you're gonna lose that quarter.
You're right. You're right. Don might have to wrap up the show.
I might have to.
First time for him.
Back to the Batman thing.
Yeah.
If I didn't know anything about Batman and that he was a superhero, you gave me all the trades from this Batman run, I would probably categorize it more of like a crime book than anything, because it's so grounded. Like it has, like I really feel like this has nothing to do.
Yeah, it doesn't really play in the
like
big
the main villain
stuff.
Yeah, the main villain of it all is the Joker, who obviously really doesn't have any superhero or supernatural powers.
Right.
So it's all
He's trying hard to keep it grounded.
Yeah.
It's not like he's fighting Killer Croc all the time, or land sharks or something.
No,
stupid.
I don't even think he brings in Killer Croc. So like all the villains have been Penguin, Joker, Riddler, and Red Hood.
Yeah, it's all that street level kind of crime.
Yeah, well, that's a character like a lot of DC characters that you can't take the lighthearted approach anymore with them, because they've been taken. That route's been taken with them so much. that people don't really have respect for the characters anymore. They don't look at them as serious superheroes.
Yeah.
So you got to make them serious superheroes, and you got to have a whole generation see them that way. It's got to be like 20 years of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
before you're going to really change the public perception.
Which is
Batman.
Aquaman's story, basically.
Yeah. Well, Aquaman's outrageous.
Yeah,
it's fucking amazing.
Aquaman.
There you go.
Look at Namor.
No, you want to know how to do Aquaman wrong? Look at Namor.
Well, yeah, well, you can be wrong or right. It's either way. It's still.
If you want to see how to do Aquaman right, you look at the new 52 version of Aquaman.
Well, that's for sure.
Okay.
The current version.
It is
that's
amazing.
Yeah, I do speak from seeing him on a little, riding a seahorse.
Well, that's what I was getting at. I mean? Was that like your description of you needing a generation to forget about old connotations of a character, right?
Yeah, they're kind of doing that now with him. Yeah,
he's the one benefiting the most from that, whereas other characters didn't have that wide of a gap of being a joke to being taken seriously. And Batman, even though that old '60s show was goofy as hell, he wasn't completely laughed off because of it. But Aquaman, because he was second tier and then a goofy looking character,
there's no coming back from it.
There was almost no coming back for it. Like you need to do a generational wash where everybody kind of forgot,
right?
And now all these kids
Batman
grow
though
up.
has actually the reboot of Batman actually started with Frank Miller.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Warner Brothers should be kissing Frank Miller's butt.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for his version of Batman, they probably would never have been able to recover DC. Because they would never have seen the blueprint.
Well, absolutely. The grim and gritty era that Frank helped to usher in with that, which was, not his start, but because I've read a lot of stuff, that kind of talks about it, but it's that whole Dirty Harry era of vigilante, copish kind of stuff.
Right.
So Punisher. There was a whole, Punisher, all that stuff, and then taking regular heroes and putting that dark spin on them. But you're absolutely right.
I've read all
Frank
of the Frank Miller stuff. It's awesome, don't get me wrong, but this Scott Snyder stuff, to me, blows it out of the water, man.
Because,
it's my favorite
more
book.
Of a pure Batman thing.
Book.
It's current Batman, and it's him, and we're kind of re-spinning adventures and interactions.
Like story that was outside the main universe,
and it was about being bold and being over the top and doing something crazy because it was going to be his last one. And they're doing another run of the Dark Knight Frank Miller stuff. There's going to be a dark third one. The second one everybody wants to kind of forget, but the third one
wasn't that bad. It wasn't great, but
it wasn't but it was all right. It was passable.
Yeah, the first one
passable. Yeah, knocks it out of the park.
Yeah, that's another one that's up there with Preacher.
Yeah, so Frank Miller on this next one is actually taking kind of I think he's helped with the story, but it's not
Brian Azzarello.
But Brian Azzarello and Joe Kubert, I think. No, Andy or Adam Kubert.
Andy.
The whole family draws, so I can't keep track of them. So, but
that's a good family. Maybe we weren't born into that family.
Yeah, I could help them run the school. They get the school out in Dover, Jersey. But
they do.
So with that, what I'm getting at is that any fears I think that people might have had about they're going to give Frank another run at this? Is he going to now completely drop it into the ocean? Because a lot of people on the second one were mixed about that. But I have a feeling that because it's a team, it's not just him. He's not writing it alone. It's got a chance to come up story.
You got to remember too. He's also coming off that bad second movie of
Sin City.
Yeah.
Well, Frank's come off a lot of bad streaks lately. Sin City was probably the last great thing that happened to him. As far as that kind of stuff goes, there's been a lot of misses for Frankie.
Yeah.
But does that wrap you up for comics?
That wraps me up for this week. I just want to throw out there that next week, Paybacks #1 is coming out from Dark Horse.
Yes,
and this is something that me and Bill have been excited for. I don't know if Bob's knows what this is about.
Whether he likes to or not.
I guess Bill, usher in the...
So the Paybacks is going to be about a super team where they are basically repo men. So let's say you were a superhero, you know what I mean? Or you want to do some superhero stuff. But that's that's the last quarter, I'm done. That's it, I'm done. All right, I'll try to get
I'll finish the explanation. So, like Bill said, they're a repo team of... Bill, just fucking do it.
Yeah, so that's a quarter for you. Yeah, so they're the collection / enforcement agents, basically. So let's say you wanted to be the next Batman, but that stuff's expensive. I use stuff this time. That stuff's expensive.
No, you have no quarters now, so you can curse as much as you want.
Oh, I guess that's the loophole, right? Yeah. So anyway, I almost made it more money. I almost made it $4. So
you probably should have at least put yours.
So you go to borrow some money, but let's say you can't pay that money back when they come to collect. Well, now you get to work on the repo team. So this is the kind of situation that's set up with that, where the team goes around trying to collect and they're repoing on superheroes. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then, but they all each have their own debt to pay back.
Okay.
That they're working off, like, you know what I mean. So that's the dynamic and setup of the thing, and it's outside Marvel and DC stuff. It's an independent thing, so it's going to be a lot of, inside commentary on superheroes in general. I'm sure there'll be a Batman archetype,
Yeah, it
there'll
sounds
be a
like
Tony Stark archetype. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it sounds like it's a title that is not going to take too much of a serious.
No, it's going to be a little bit more tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah.
It'll play serious enough in that world, but it'll ring to us as being funny. I don't think it'll be slapstick or anything like that, but it's going to be quirky kind of fun, I think. I'm excited to hear it because of the concept alone. Seems like an original spin, and it's, I think it's Donny Cates who was doing Ghost Fleet for a while, which is a book I really loved, but Dark Horse made a decision to not print anymore and just go digital with it. So that's a whole conversation for another time. But, paybacks, man. Really excited to see that.
That's it for me, man.
All right. I really don't have much else. I have been continually pushing this one topic off. And maybe we'll just kind of throw this out there real quick, see if anything happens. But, so in the process of doing stuff for the show, I've got stickers being made. But what I realized is that we really don't have, like, a mascot or, like, a character or of any kind. So, I don't know, I thought I'd throw that out, see if maybe there's something that we could hash up together or come up with.
I personally don't have anything.
Yeah.
But I think that this is a question or a topic for our listeners to send us an email for.
Fair enough.
So if you really... we always ask you to send emails and stuff, but this one, please, actually, take time out of your day to help us out with this one, because this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Catchphrases.
Well, that kind of stuff, sure, but specifically, like, let's say, like, mascots. What's an animal that fits this show, or what's
right? Yeah.
I mean,
because we're on the inside of it, so it would kind of be hard for us to do something.
If this show had a spirit animal. Is it an ocelot? Is it?
I think it's a platypus.
Platypus?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems about right.
An armadillo, maybe?
Something very odd.
Something dead on the side of the road.
Something awkward. I'm not sure that it has to be necessarily an animal either, too.
Well, around here, that would be a raccoon.
That's true. We are a raccoon country.
Or a squirrel.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Maybe.
If that rang your bell, you had any ideas for even a split second, I don't know. Send something to me. Because then I'll draw it, I'll slap a cape on it and a mask, and we'll give it a stupid...
Actually, now I'm thinking ferret.
We'll give it a goofy name. If you like the ferret idea, help us out.
How about the Wicked Theory Wombat?
Wicked Theory Wombat.
So far, people, we have Wicked Theory Wombat on the list.
We'll make our own thing and we'll just call it the Wicked Theory. What the fuck is that?
That's a quarter.
No, it was a name.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
I tried. I have completed the pyramid.
You have completed the pyramid.
We now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. 12, 15 quarters.
15 quarters on the table, and you and Dom...
Well, Dom's got 5, and I've got 4.
Well, so let's wrap it up, and that makes Dom the winner of the Pyramid of Quarters. Dom cursing the least on the show this week. Yay!
St. Cominic wins.
St. Cominic. Oh, man, that should be the name of the episode.
You don't get the ones that were over there. Those are mine. I get 4 back.
Yeah, he gets 4 back. Well, I get 4 back.
I'm gonna donate all the rest of these quarters back to the Wicked Theory Laboratory.
Oh, the guys in the lab are going to be so happy.
To better our research.
Until we can eat this week. That's what they're going to say. Oh, that's great. So let's start the wrap up and remind everybody, yes, they can send us emails at podcast.
Especially about our wombat thing.
Yes, please. Send us something mascot related to podcast at wickedtheory.com. You can follow Dominic on Twitter at Dom_TORRE.
I might change my name to St. Cominic, though.
All right. It might be, because you can always change out the front half on the Twitter handle. That's true. So you can put that for a week and see how that goes.
Yes, that's true. And you can follow Bill on Twitter at Wicked Theory.
Well, thank you very much for that, buddy.
You're welcome.
I want to say thank you to both of you guys for coming on the show this week.
Shut up.
And being a part of the team.
Shut up.
I want to say thank you to the people at home for listening.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't tell them. Don't tell them. Be nice to them. We like them.
Yes, we do.
All right. I think that's it. Go to wickedtheory.com to find all our links and stuff like that, and episodes of the show. That's a wrap. Bob, take us out whenever you're ready, baby.
We're so sad we've no more time together, just to drop an anvil on your head and stuff your pockets full of dynamite and tie you to a rhino's head.
Good night, everybody.
Bye! Spoil your dinner.